What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. Listen, this is Chasing Dallas season 4, episode 3. Something like that. It'll be right in the description. Listen, I'm shooketh. This episode had me shooketh. Let's get into some things. Listen. Let me get to my notes, child, because y'all was doing a lot. First of all, the amount of times that I had to write DeAndre's name in my damn notes, I knew there was going to be a problem, okay? DeAndre, I told you last week you was doing too much, okay? In the words of my baby cat, slow down. He can sing, I can't. You're doing too much, okay? So, we start this episode off, we have DeAndre and Trey in Party City getting all of the colors. And they are talking about the party, okay? And they pretty much just go down the line. We find out that, you know, Trey lets DeAndre know that he invited Kesey. I think I figured out the right way to say her name, baby. Kesey. He invited Kesey, and of course DeAndre was like, well, he's in timeout because he tried to say I was a fan. He tried to say I was a fan. I'm just trying to figure out why that is offending you so much. Why is the fact that they called you a fan, why is that offending you so much? I'm so confused by that. Like, who cares? It's not that serious, sir. You're going to put him on timeout. You can't invite him to the party. Blah, 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 blah. Then they were talking about he shaded Jet Jeff about not really being a rapper. No, I think that was actually Trey that shaded Jet Jeff. Listen, I told y'all in the first episode, all of that, just because I'm a rapper, you want me to rap on demand? No, that's not how this works, okay? Just because I'm a singer, you want me to just, can I get a couple of, no, you can't get nothing. I said I can sing and that's it and that's all. Now, if you paying me, then I can give you a little something. If rap, whatever. It bothers me when people have a talent that is a performing art, then they gotta, you know, be on display. No, if the man said he don't rap unless there's some money on the table, then leave him alone. He don't rap unless there's some money on the table. Give him some money. Now, Sean did try to get a man some money, even though it was $1. It was a shady dollar, but he did at least offer him some money. Offered him a few dollars, okay? Then Trey was like, well, I heard that you was, you know, Googling people and looking people up. And DeAndre was like, who you talking about? He was like, I heard you was looking up Kiki. DeAndre said, I know Kiki. Like, if I have Kiki's number, if I want to look up anything about Kiki, I will call Kiki. Like, it's not that serious, okay? I'm not sure where that came from. I'm not sure if he Googling people or not, but child, or whatever. Then he said, oh yeah, and I want to let you know I'm bringing a +1. And this +1 may or may not know Dior very well. So I was like, so you being shady because you told everybody they couldn't bring a +1. You don't want Kesey to come, but now you bringing somebody that know Dior. And the way you say it, you know they mean no in the biblical sense, no Dior. So now you being shady and you already starting some bull hockey, right? So you was on the BS from the beginning of this situation, all right? Boom. I think that was the bulk of it. Y'all get they already talking about what colors they wearing and what colors they not wearing. Look. Let me tell y'all. Oh, I was going to call y'all a bunch of hoes. I don't know y'all like that to call y'all no hoes. There's a couple of y'all I know, and I know I can call y'all a hoe. But the majority of y'all I don't know. So let me say this. If I invite y'all to my party and it's a theme, you better follow the theme. I don't care if it's a Bridgerton theme. I don't care if it's a Studio 54 theme. I don't care if it's a Dracula theme. You better get information. If I tell you to wear blue, everybody better wear blue. If I tell you to wear red, you better wear red. Y'all can't just be changing up colors just because y'all don't like the colors or because y'all feel like DeAndre was being shady. I mean, he was being shady. And we do know that Dior's signature color is red. But Dior, you can wear other colors. You already gonna have red in your hair. We're gonna keep talking about these colors. So then we see Jet Jeff meeting up with Sean. First of all, Sean, you was 40 minutes late. Sir, that is unacceptable. Jet Jeff said if we wasn't filming this here show, I would have already been gone because I don't do that. Okay, I don't wait 40 minutes for nobody. And I'm with you. That's disrespectful. Now, Sean said that he was late because he wasn't feeling it and he really wasn't up for coming. He was feeling some kind of way about coming anyway. Then I feel like you just shouldn't have come. Had me sitting there waiting 40 minutes. Because I'm going to tell you now, Jeff, you was a better one than me. You seemed to be in good spirits. You was really trying to come to figure out a resolve. And all Sean wanted to do was be shady, okay? They brought up the whole rap on demand situation. And once again, Sean act like he ain't see nothing wrong with giving you $1 to rap. Sir, you was being shady, and you know you were being shady. Then we got into this whole conversation about what is a fashion blogger versus what is a stylist. Let me tell y'all something. First of all, Sean, I can tell you're a damn educator, because the way you broke down them two definitions, I was here for it. I ain't gonna lie. I was here for the breaking down of the difference between a fashion blogger and a stylist. But let me be honest with you and tell you, at this point, I just don't care no more. That is all we have been talking about for 3 episodes. I mean, even I had questions. But at this point, I really don't care. I don't care what you do. I don't care what your blog is about. You said your inspiration was that you got a lot of friends out in fashion and you wanted to learn about fashion. Then you went off on this tangent, and I think this was later on in the episode, but I'm going to just go ahead and blend it in here. Sir, you started talking about fake versus real and how celebrities wear fake stuff, but we don't even know, and how we... What? So you want to do a segment on your blog of fake versus real, how to identify a real Louis Vuitton versus a fake Louis Vuitton, how to identify a real Gucci versus a fake Gucci, how to identify a real Hermes bag versus a fake Hermes bag. Because see, now that, I'm here for it. I'm really not here for it. I'm going to really need you not to teach the girls how to spot a fake, because, listen, I love bags, and I have been known to wear a fake one from time to time, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that. Now, if it look like it's passable, I ain't going to sit here in front and tell you I won't wear it. Now, if it look fake, I can't do nothing with it. But that was in my younger days. No. Yeah. We're not talking about me. All I'm saying is, whatever you decide to put in this blog at this point, sir, I don't even care. Okay? Go on and blog about whatever. But you broke down the difference in the definition, and Jeff was like, sir, I have Google too. I know the difference. I'm still just trying to figure out what you doing. Because I'm still not sure what you doing. I don't understand these things, these people. Then he was talking about, I don't know what awards you win in. And Jeff was like, why does it matter? I won awards. Why does it matter which one? Sir, we know it wasn't a Grammy, so why you dog? Like, we know we have not seen Jeff up accepting an American Music Award, a Billboard Award, a Grammy Award. And that's no shade to you, Jet. All I'm saying is, Sean, you know, like, you trying to be funny, or what award was it? Then the man gonna tell you he won the award in 2020. You gonna say that was during the pandemic, so it don't count. Why it don't count just because it's during the pandemic? Sorry. Why don't... Shut. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Lord, I forgot I'm still recording. Child. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still recording. Well, why does it matter? The man say he won an award in 2020. You gonna say that was during the Panorama, so it don't count. Yes, it does. Because I be damned. I did stuff during 2020, 2021 while I was sitting at home getting paid, and it counted. But, okay. Y'all, I already gave this scene too much. Then we found out that Sean has 2 degrees. I'm happy for you, but let me tell you what you better not do, Sean, because I feel like we heard about this 2 degrees at least 2 other times in this episode. What you will not do is turn into Wendy Osefo and beat us over the head with how many degrees you have, sir. That's what you're not going to do. Now, I'm proud of you, though. I'm proud of you. But, sir, I mean... I'm just not that girl. I don't know. And I know everybody is different. Let's just suffice to say, I have more degrees than Sean, and you would never know it. Why? Because I don't talk about it. But it is what it is. Move forward. Then we get to meet Astro and his family. And first of all, let me say this. Astro, baby, I knew you had a story. I knew there was a story there. And I really feel like all we got was the tip of the iceberg tonight. But what we see him with his mom and his brother, and we find out that they moved around a lot. And he said there were times when they were living in hotels. And he said, I don't mean for a couple of weeks. I mean for a couple of months, sometimes even years. He said, me, my brother, my mama, and the guy that she was dealing with, a person that she was dealing with at the time, you know, we would move from place to place, city to city, you know. He said, and then when I was in Greensboro, North Carolina, shout out to Greensboro. That's where I went to college for undergrad. And I lived there for 6 years of my life. I love it. Still love Greensboro to this day. Shout out. Um, he said he got into some legal trouble, so he got kicked out of his mama house. Then he talked about being in the gang, and he said, "Yeah, I was in the gang because basically, I was a little gay boy, and I needed protection, and we moved around a lot, and so I had to find some affiliation." And then he said something about getting jumped in, or how many times he got jumped. Baby, why his mama say, "Yeah, because I had to pull out my Glock"? Yo, what? That's when I knew Mama was about it. Mama said, "Yeah, because, I had to pull out my Glock." I wrote that in my notes. Pull out Glock. I said, I can't. I don't have nothing more with that. Now, I feel like your brother was giving you a lot of fever for no reason. I don't know if he was just, like, showing off because the camera was there, or if that's really, like, the nature of y'all relationship. But he was basically talking about, you alright as a rapper, you could be better, you better than you used to be, he could do it better, but you doing alright. And I was like, what? But I feel like that's like brother type banter, kind of situation. But Astro, you definitely have a story, baby, and I cannot wait to interview you so we can dig a little deeper and talk about your mama and her Glock. I just got questions. Then Dior invites everybody out to dinner. And basically, when I say everybody, I feel like everybody is there except for DeAndre. Maybe it's easier to say who is there. Kiki, Ray, Astro, Tedley, and Dior. They're all there. So maybe, like I said, it's easy to just say who is there. And they're just sort of recapping what happened. They're going over what happened at Robert Ray's party. Robert Ray talks about Oliver. Let me tell you something. Y'all know Robert is my boo. I love me some Robert. Robert said, I ain't got no issues with that nigga. I hope we cool, but if we ain't, when somebody end the sentence with, it's really nothing more we need to say to that. It's really nothing more we need to say to that. They brought up Sean and the notepad. Listen, I expressed how I felt about that notepad last week. I'm not going back down that yellow brick road about this notepad. Sean, don't do that again. Then Tedley, I feel like Tedley was carrying bones, but then he really wasn't carrying bones because he was talking about who's wearing what color and who not wearing their color and why they not wearing their color. But at this point, ain't nobody wearing the damn color that they was assigned, okay? Everybody just decided to do whatever the hell they wanted to do. Dior said he wearing red because he is, okay? Kesey said he ain't wearing the color that he was assigned. Number one, he wasn't even really invited. Then he was uninvited. Then he was invited. And then they just kind of randomly gave him a color. Now, Astro say he wearing his black because he's going to bring his black and miles and his black butt plug. I have questions. Tedley is going to wear his color, but it ain't even really a color. It's a sequin. So Robert ass said he wasn't even invited. I don't know if Robert was invited or not. But can we all bow our heads for a quick second and say a silent thank you that Robert was not at that party? Can we do that together? Thank you, Jesus, that Robert was not at that party. Baby, and if you don't know why, I'm going to tell you in a minute, because it just wouldn't, it just wouldn't have been good. Yeah, I wrote nobody's following the color, child. Y'all disrespectful. If somebody give you a theme, you gotta follow that theme. Dior said, I'm wearing red. I don't care what y'all saying. So then we get to the studio. We have Jet, Astro, and Kesey rapping on the song. Listen, I heard all three verses. Well, all three of the people in the studio. One person in particular had me really in here bopping my head. I'm not gonna tell y'all who it is because I don't want the other two to feel shaded. Okay. Overall, I think the song is a bop. Okay. Overall, it's a bop. I'm gonna probably download it because y'all know I'll be supporting y'all like that. But one person in particular, I was in here like, oh shit. Oh, okay. They threw a couple of disses in there. You know, here, there, everywhere. They threw some disses in there. I guess. So then afterwards they were talking, and again they talking about this party, and they talking about Kesey being invited, not being invited. Kesey said, "My shirt is gonna tell the story. Okay, don't worry about what I've got going on. My shirt's gonna tell the story." And then Jack tried to get a little messy and asked Kesey about Dior. He was like, "Yeah, me and Dior, we cool." He was like, "Well, I mean, is something going on?" He was like, "I said we cool." "Well, are you single?" "I am single. I am very single." See, I don't know what. Okay. We found out that DeAndre done blocked Kesey on Instagram. Kesey don't listen. I don't even think Kesey knew. I think they had. I feel like Astro had to tell Kesey he was blocked on Instagram, because I don't feel like he even. Sure. This whole episode was working its way up to this party. So then we see Sean doing a fashion. He's filming a promo for his Instagram for his fashion blog. He invited Dior because he said he felt like him and Dior didn't get off to the best. Start, and he wants to get to know him better and wants him to be in a better space. So Dior, listen, let me tell you something. Dior showed up, and they were looking at the pictures and stuff like that. Dior walked up, so he said, "Well, I wanted to invite you here today because I wanted you to see what I do." Here go Dior. "Well, what is this? What are you doing? What's this?" Sean, I will say this though. Sean, I did like the line when you said, when they was talking about the color, which you said you wasn't wearing your color either. They said you got gold, and you said that did not match your complexion, and you were not wearing gold. Okay, don't matter, because I don't even know if you made it to the party before the popping off was popped off. But I loved when you said I may have 2 degrees, but do not give me an assignment. I said, I like that. That was cool. I like that. I like that. I like that. But don't give me an assignment, child. Oh, child. Then he was throwing shade at Jet again, talking about his mohawk versus the mullet. But him and Dior had a good conversation, child. We get to the party, and DeAndre is there. And again, before we could even get there good, DeAndre is shading Kesey. He talking about some Kesey on the way, he on the bus. You showed up with energy, DeAndre. Then we find out that DeAndre did not just have a +1, he had a +2. He didn't just bring one person, he brought 2. Dior showed up, and okay, so if y'all have never seen a color party, the first time I saw this was like on Instagram, where I saw it was like a girls' night, where everybody was coming over the house and everybody had a color, and you had to bring snacks and liquor and chips and candy or whatever in that color, right? Food of that color. So Dior showed up. Now most people had like a little laundry crate, not the big ones, but like the little ones. But Dior showed up with a whole cooler, a red cooler full of Pringles and red liquor and Doritos, and I was trying to think it's a Kit Kat, anything, but it was huge. Because I guess he said, not only am I going to wear red, I'm going to let you're going to see the red, okay? Now, DeAndre was immediately pissed off because he was like, that is just disrespectful. How you just going to show up and you don't have on the color that I asked you to wear? Like, that's rude. Well, part of the problem was he gave red to the little sneaky link that he invited that knows Dior. That's part of the problem, is that he bought red because he was trying to, he wanted to, So, I'm going to put my notes down because I done got excited. Hold on, because I got to go in order now, child. So, that's when we found out that DeAndre bought 2 +1s. And yes, one of his +1s, absolutely, him and Dior used to talk, right? But I don't feel like it had the response that he was expecting, because there was no animosity, there was no beef. They was actually kind of grinning at each other and blushing. But I also feel like he invited this person because he knew Kesey was coming, and he was trying to create some drama as far as Kesey and Dior were concerned. I feel like that was part of the issue too, or part of what he was trying to do too. So DeAndre is giving Dior a whole lot of it's a lot of shade. And so Trey and Jet asked, Dior, what's that about? Like, why he really giving you a lot? Why is he giving you a lot? And Dior was like, I don't know where it's coming from, but you know me, I'm gonna let you, I'm only gonna let you get but so far, and then it's going, I'm gonna have to address it. So DeAndre gonna walk up to my son, I heard what you said, so what's that about? You only gonna let me do what? And Dior was like, I said I'm gonna let you get but so much, and then I'm gonna have to address it. What you need to address? Dior was like, he was like, well, what you need to address? Dior was like, I didn't have a problem. They asked me. You need to ask Trey. Trey is the one that said that you was giving me a lot of drama. Ask Trey what the issue is. I ain't say I had an issue. He was like, but I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Dior was like, you ain't talking to me, because I done already told you who you need to address. Now, like, back up off me, bruh. So, some other people showed up. Lon D showed up. He had brown, and he had, he was in color. Kiki was there. She had on her orange. That's when Astro and Kesey showed up, and we saw Kesey. Not only was Kesey wearing red too, but also his shirt said, I wasn't invited. I thought it was cute. But of course, DeAndre immediately, once again, is pissed off, and he's going at Kesey. You ain't shit. You a fucking nobody. And ain't nobody, you weren't invited. You right, you weren't invited. Because you a effing nobody. You a nobody. And I was like, where is all this energy coming from, sir? Why are you giving this energy that you are giving? I am so confused. So, before Trey could get everybody settled and kind of de-escalate the situation or whatever, DeAndre walks up on Kesey. I'm going to say that one more time. DeAndre walks up on Kesey, talking shit. DeAndre walked up on Kesey, talking shit. Kesey stood up, and there's a fight. Kesey, now listen, I rewound this thing about 3 or 4 times, and from my understanding, there's some other angles that's out there floating around. But listen, I do this for a living. I'm a teacher. We deal with fights every day. I don't need all 5 angles to tell y'all what happened, okay? So listen, Kesey, being the smaller of the guys, because, DeAndre's a burly dude. Kesey is a small dude, but very muscular, okay? He was able to basically throw DeAndre down, wherein he was on top of DeAndre, pummeling him, right? So his +1, not the one I used to mess with Dior, but the other +1 comes running in, and he proceeds to jump on Kesey's back. Now, that is where Dior was like, oh, no. Now, I didn't see Dior throw no punches, but again, I might see that in the other angles, but it looked like Dior was trying to break it up. Next thing you know, here come Astro. Now, Astro done already said that he down for the get down, and he ain't got no problem scrapping and rapping. He said he ain't got no issue with that. Astro comes jumping through the situation. So now, let me make sure let me see my notes. Okay, all right. DeAndre, okay, Astro, Dior. So, next thing you know, they are in this corner fighting. Now, they're able to pull DeAndre and his friend away. I mean, they're able to pull his friend away, and somebody else was pulled out of the corner. But then, I guess DeAndre looked up and saw Astro, and he started punching Astro. And then they started fighting in the corner again. We finally were able to get this situation resolved and get everybody pulled apart. And here go Lon D. Now, Lon D, I like you, Lon D. I like you. I met you down to the Houston, and you were a real nice guy. But, sir, all that you was doing was extra. And let me tell you why it was all extra. Because he starts going off and giving this Martin Luther King, Rodney King, why can't we all get along speech, and we shall overcome, and why are we fighting, and what's going on, and what's the situation, and I don't understand the problem. Why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? This is ridiculous. This is stupid. Y'all need to get it together. Y'all need to calm down. And I'm thinking to myself, but sir, you were standing there the whole fight, and you didn't break up shit. You could have intervened. You could have pulled some people off of some people. You were standing on the sideline as a spectator. And now all of a sudden that they done got everybody pulled apart and calmed down, now you mad? Now you feel some kind of way? I feel like you was doing a lot in that moment, Lon D. But let me tell you who the MVP of this moment was for me. The MVP was Kiki. Because when they scanned over to Kiki, Kiki was sitting there minding her good business, eating her plate. That would have been me. I am Kiki and she is me. I'm not getting involved in no fight. Listen, I work with kids every day and I tell them all the time, if you say something, you better mean it. Because if a fight pop off, I'm not breaking it up. Y'all gonna be fighting till security get here. Because I'm not getting in the middle of it. And that is me. Okay? So Kiki, I'm with you, girl. I'm not moving. I'm not getting out my seat. I'm not even going to pretend like I'm about to break that up. Oh, and I forgot about Trey Howard, who was trying to break it up. His ass got flung because, you know, Trey don't weigh but about 10 pounds. He got flung across the damn room. Next thing you know, his boyfriend come running in from nowhere. I said, oh, Lord, James about to whoop somebody's ass too. But they were able to get James calmed down. And then James was mad at Trey for some reason. Child, I don't know. I ain't in it. But all I got to say is that was a whole situation. But DeAndre, you asked for all of that. You asked for all of that. And you don't have nobody to be mad at but your damn self, sir. That's all I got to say about it. This is a long, damn it, I've been here for almost 30 minutes. I'm done. Bye.